Hello, this is Subhash Arora from delWine and Indian Wine Academy once again with a special session of Video Unplugged. With me is icon from Spain, Pablo Alvarez, who owns the winery Vega Sicilia, and we have his export manager Antonio, just Antonio? Menendez. And so they are here in India, third time for Pedro and Pablo. And Pablo, welcome to India first of all. It's great to see you. I met you first time in 2007, then in 2009, and I've been meeting you off and on, but I've interviewed a couple of times before. Tell me, I read about it, when you were growing up, you helped your mother in the kitchen, and you wanted to be, or they wanted you to be a doctor, and you went to study law.
Yeah.
And then you became a winemaker, and without any formal training, you have become such a fabulous winemaker and a producer. So what happened, and where was the motivation, and tell us what happened.
Well, really, I studied lawyer in Madrid, but I never worked like a lawyer. Just when I finished the studies, my family told me that I must work in the wine business, because we bought the winery in 1982. So I started to work in Vega Sicilia little by little between 1982 and 1985. In 1985, I was general manager of the company. But between 82 and 85, I was coming a couple of days per week and speaking with Jesus Anadon. Jesus Anadon was the general manager in that moment of the company, and he was working in the company 40 years ago. No?
Yeah.
So at the end, I think that I am very lucky, because I am in love for the wine, the wine business. I like so much to work in the wineries.
So you would say that I remember your father, David. He has been in the business of janitorial supplies, and he made it very, very big all over Latin America and Spain and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So if he had not bought the winery, you would probably have been a lawyer.
Yes.
And so buying this winery changed your lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Totally. Yeah.
I am sure, because our business is the service.
Yeah.
We have a big company with 90,000 people working.
Yeah.
And but maybe I always say that we start in the wine business because somebody offered to us Vega Sicilia.
I know, yeah, that's a good story from Venezuela, yeah.
Because if it was another winery, maybe we never started the wine business.
Okay, but did your father realize the potential of that winery? Because when he started talking, he was representing two companies, one in Switzerland and one in England.
Yes.
And it's okay, be a mediator in
See, maybe we both, because Vega Sicilia was the more famous winery in Spain.
Okay.
And so this is why, because we don't know anything about the wine
business, yeah. So you continued with the winemaker of the winery?
No, we continue in the first moment. In 1986 was retired Jesus Anadon, because he was 66 years old. And he continued like advisor until 1992 when he died.
Okay.
And in 1986 start Mariano Garcia like winemaker in winery until 1998. And from that moment is Javier Ausas, the winemaker of
Mariano. He has his own winery, I think,
yes.
now. He came to India last year, I remember. He's got two different wineries and two wines.
Yes, he has Mauro.
Mauro, yes. Yeah. He was very. He speaks very highly of you people. Yeah, absolutely. I remember meeting him. And he doesn't speak much English, so he had a Yeah, he had export manager.
Maybe his son was coming with.
No, there was a woman who was his export manager or something like that. Yeah. Okay, right. So after that you had the winemaker who is working with you now. So when you bought it, Vega Sicilia was a known name, I remember, but they didn't make much money. So what did you do to change that?
Well, we made many. Well, after we bought, we was study about what we want of Vega Sicilia, no? And at the end, our philosophy has been to try to produce the best wine as possible. So, was necessary to renovate and to work a lot in the vineyard, renovate many things in the winery. So today, I think that Vega Sicilia is perfect, well, close to perfect.
Right. Okay.
And our vineyard is fantastic. Well, at the end, because we are working with the same vineyard, the same soil and the same climate from 150 years ago.
Yeah.
So this is our knowing, no, about the vineyard, because I think that the more important in the wine is the vineyard.
Yeah.
If you have not great vineyard, it's not possible to produce a great wine. No?
So what is the average age of the wines now in the vineyard?
Now it's 35 years old.
Okay. So you keep on doing blocks and blocks and
Yes.
changes.
We made during 10 years one clonal selection, working with one nursery in Burgundy.
Okay.
So we work a lot in the vineyard, a lot. And I think that the quality of the grapes every year is very, very good.
So you look up to Burgundy or Bordeaux for your benchmarking?
There are one journalist in France that say that the Vega Sicilia is powerful like Bordeaux and elegant and complex like Burgundy altogether.
But I also know
these words for one French must be true.
But I remember Hugh Johnson, who's a fan of your
Yes,
wine.
yes.
He's written there that your wines are like Latour, but from a very hot vintage of resin grapes,
Yeah.
because so hot. So what do you say to that in terms of quality of a wine?
Our region is not very hot.
Okay.
No, it's not. We had at the end, no, in the other side we have sometimes many problems for the maduration of the grapes, because the Tempranillo or the Tinto Fino, the variety, we always say that is the best variety in the world when the maduration is completed, and the worst when it's not completed. So our region is very, very cold. In August, there are change between the day and the night of 20 degrees.
Okay.
From 30 to 10. So it's cold, it's not, and many years we have frost in May, many. And some years in September, before the harvest.
Okay.
2007 and 2008 we had around 24 of September we have frost. So it's a very, very difficult region. Very, very difficult.
So, but then why did he say that it's like Latour but resin grapes? I mean, he must have experienced that particular vintage, you think?
So because it's powerful wine, no?
Yeah.
Latour, no?
Yeah.
But at the same, I remember Drouin told me that the old Vega Sicilias he remembers so much to Burgundy. No?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because your origins are more from Bordeaux. The grapes came from Bordeaux, but also Pinot Noir came.
In the beginning, yes.
The beginning, yeah.
In the beginning,
So,
now we have only Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot.
yeah.
But in the beginning, the founder brought many, many French varieties.
Yeah, and talking of which, I think you were earlier doing 80% Tempranillo and 20% Cabernet, maybe Merlot and Malbec. But now you reached 90%, I think, of Tempranillo.
Depend between 85 and 95. Depend on the
Okay.
of the vintage. No?
So you're going more and more towards Tempranillo.
But will be in the future like this, no? Between 85–95%.
Okay.
And the rest is Cabernet Sauvignon in the case of Unico,
Yeah.
and Merlot in the case of Valbuena. And with Malbec, we stopped to use 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It's difficult
Yeah.
in our region, the Malbec.
So talking about Valbuena, that is aged for 5 years minimum before you release
Yes.
it, and Unico, as we
10.
know, is 10 years. And tell me, I'm thinking India. Many people say Valbuena is the second wine. To me, it's probably not fair to call it second wine. It's a wine which is younger. Is it made from younger grapes? I mean,
Yes.
the grapes are from younger wine also? Okay.
Yes, but we obviously the people consider that Valbuena is the second wine,
Yeah.
but it's not the second wine
Yeah.
in the Bordeaux style of second
That's
wine.
exactly what I mean. Yeah, right.
So, because Valbuena is fantastic wine, it's a very, very good wine.
Yeah.
And maybe now we use the younger vineyards, but in the future will be no youngers too. No? So I
Okay.
think that every year we are increase the quality of our
Yeah.
wine.
Okay. So my question is, from Indian point of view, of course, Vega Sicilia is an iconic name, and 500–600 euros and up. But Valbuena you can get for 150 euros probably, 140, 160 euros. So isn't it a better value for an Indian consumer who does not really appreciate the aging of the wine, and it's easier drinking, So
It's more easy to understand and
Yeah.
to drink,
I-
and it's cheaper.
much
and
cheaper,
Unico,
yeah.
much
And I
cheaper
think
than Unico.
so. Would it be a policy or the people here to, like I would say, for example, I always say